Right. Back again. Gonna do more flying practice. This time I'm gonna do a short flight. So we're gonna do a short flight from Swansea Airport to Cardiff Airport. It's only a short little trek. It's really some practice for me. Doing off head tracking. And so really it's going to be a takeoff and land. So it's take off, head over to, we'll be here, we'll travel down to Cardiff here, land at the airport. Should be the EGFF for Cardiff Airport, I believe. But there's another small field here. We might actually fly over, let's see what this is. And we'll fly over here and land here, and hopefully we don't bin it. Guess we'll find out. So, might as well crack on. I've got nothing programmed in. I don't know how to use navigation. I haven't got autopilot set, anything like that. We're just gonna, you know, visually fly over. Right then, crack on then. I get the old map where we need it. Do fancy some rudder pedals though, makes this a lot easier. What do you know, my head tracking crashed already. Right, we'll cruise, I believe. Stick it around anywhere between here and 2. Long as we're heading in an east-southeast, more east direction, we're doing okay, I believe. Trying to trim out a little bit. So far so good. Let's check the old map. Heading in the right direction anyway. Even got the steam or the smoke coming from the ship. That's kind of cool. Careful, wandering a little bit. Gain a little bit more altitude. We're still heading in the right direction. It's all going good. No major issues. That usually comes on the landing, on the approach. This is indeed. How you doing, Jasper? Just heading to Cardiff Airport along the coastline. Depending how successful this is, I'll head back to Swansea then after this. Just a short little trek. It's the first time I've actually taken off, headed to another area to land. Usually I take off, crash somewhere, or take off and go back to the same place. So it's just all a learning curve. You know, the navigation side of it, I haven't touched on. This is just purely practicing takeoff and landing. It'll just be nice to travel somewhere else to do the landing side of it. Kind of cool being able to look out though, even zoom in, just move your head around to look around. Where are we? Drifting again. Too busy faffing about. I've never been up in one of these, you know, I've been up in the old airliners and what have you, but never been in light aircraft. Maybe one day. And it's weird because literally you can drive up the road from me and there's a small airport with light aircraft left, right and centre. And there's even a flying school there, so who knows? Maybe one day I'll do something like that. I think we'll cut in a little bit here now. Head more easterly direction. Yeah, crazy. How you doing? Yeah, it's not bad, is it? It's quite impressive what they can do. And this is, I mean, you know, this is just the base game. It's not got any extras on. Surprisingly bumpy, yeah. I can imagine, especially, you know, getting thrown around by the turbulence. But got a little roll transition on the head, so makes it a little bit more natural looking for me. Right, let's have a look at that map, because I know we're going to be getting close soon. At the moment, we're looking probably down over there somewhere. Still a little bit way off, probably over there, so straight ahead more or less, slightly to the left, I'm guessing. Rotating again, keep an eye on that. Looks like we've got a jet flying over, coming past us soon. They'll probably beat us before we even get there. Another Cessna behind us. All clear in front of us. Hey Sammy, how you doing? I've already got a HOTUS for it. You know, I've got an X55 which is on the rig downstairs. Up here I'm using a T-Flight HOTUS. And to be honest, the T-Flight works really well. I do fancy getting a proper yoke. I wouldn't mind the honeycomb yoke, because it would make things a lot easier. But at the moment it's out of stock everywhere. So I'm gonna wait and see. There's no rush at the end of the day. So we're going to be coming up on 1-1, so what I want to do is bring it down my left hand side so I can take a look, fly over it. Wonder if it's that stretch down there that they're talking about. Looks like it is. That grey. Maybe not. Looks like it's just a field. I have no idea where it is. Could be out there over to the left somewhere. Well, there's the main airport anyway. Well, we're pretty much lined up. Let's lose some altitude then, shall we? Get the old flaps in position. That was, hold on. That won't be the Cardiff one, isn't it? We won't go for that one. We want to go for this one, That's the wrong one. We want to head for this one, EGFF. Okay. I know what I'm doing now. Throttle up, flaps off. I thought that was a bit quick. Or because I was looking in the wrong place for that airport. So we'll gain the altitude back. And head east. We'll head for 1500 cruise. Hey, it's my first time traveling from point A to point B. It's bound to happen. I have no clue. Right, there we are. That's the airport over there, so we'll carry on going straight and then we can turn in. Lose a bit of the altitude from here. Actually, I think we'll just go around because and I will go in this way. I don't even know if it's the right way or wrong way, but we're gonna go in. Way too high though. I need to get that altitude down. That wasn't too bad at all, actually. That was one of my smoothest I've ever done, I think. Controlling the plane whilst on the ground is a total pain in the ass with these sticks. But I'm trying. Could have really taxied off, but I kind of missed the turning because I wasn't looking. You watch now, there'll be a plane coming down and landing on top of me. Have a little nosy around. Well, I think I found the Cessna parking lot. Well, what do you know, Joe? We're all down. Right, so plan is now back. Pretty much facing in the direction. Marker I want to. That's what I'm going to use. Hey, Equalizer, how you doing? Right then. Time to travel back, I think. I just tidy up my windows. God, he's a man on ETS yet again. Oh, I thought I turned the parking brake off. Did now. This is something else I have to learn. Taxiing, you know, using the right lanes, going the right direction and stuff. But for now, I'm just making it up as we go along. Gotta practice somehow, right? I'm assuming there's nothing coming. As we cut across the runway. The old flaps up for now. We're going a little bit fast. And you practice ditching in the sea. I don't have to practice that. That just comes naturally. Gain some altitude quick in this one. What have I learned since Tuesday? Not a lot. Just to use the map and go from point A to point B. That's purely, you know, just using a map and hoping for the best. Haven't really learned anything in terms of setting out. Having an autopilot would be nice. I'm a bit confused in this one because the videos I see, this panel down here usually has like an autopilot on and off. This doesn't seem to have that, so I need to find out what goes on with the autopilot on this. Excuse me while I just go outside. Would be nice to have a real trim wheel as well, because doing it with buttons is such a pain in the butt. You can never tell if you got it right or wrong. Forever adjusting. So having a proper throttle quadrant with a trim wheel would be nice. Having to look down there and see what your settings are can be a bit of a pain while you're in the game. Change the heading for now. Right then. Losing altitude, so just adjust the trim again. Turn the map off for now. Definitely losing altitude, so trim that back up. Surprising how much this thing does drift. Right, we're going to be ending up going a little bit too far out there, so we want to probably head west for now. Oh, it does. It does. Now this flight stick does have a twist function for rudder, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to use while you're trying to, you know, pitch up and down and bank left and right. So I've assigned the rudder. There's an analog paddle on the back of the throttle. I've signed it to the back of that for now. It seems to work quite well, to be honest. But it's probably not as good as having a proper rudder pedal. And again, gotta keep an eye on that. Trying to spy what's over there. But we'll leave it there for now. We'll need to be heading the right way. We'll lock it there for a moment. Makes things a little easier. Kind of weird, when I turn head tracking off, it won't let me use mouse look, which is kind of annoying. Again, losing altitude. Let's just try and trim some of that out. Probably just over halfway. Make this return flight and landing. So yeah, all the radio controls over there, I absolutely knew nothing about. Don't even know how to turn. I know that if I hit the heading or one of the nav buttons, it'll turn the autopilot on, but then I'm a bit unsure which button you do for off, so that's the next thing I have to learn, to be honest. I know that. Where is it? Get some of your navigation details here. Got an inner and an outer, I believe. Heading a bit too much over because I'm too busy playing. But really, my next thing to learn would be this panel. I want to learn this panel, or these panels I should say, but there's a lot to kind of take in on that. I've had a brief look at some information that's like, okay, I gotta need to take quite a bit of time. I do like that reflection. It's kind of mesmerizing just to look at it. Gonna be anywhere be over that direction somewhere. Probably right behind that. I'll turn that off for now. I think we're doing okay at this time. Of course, this is supposed to be the coastline for the area that I live. None of this I recognize at all. The shape of the coastline is about right. That's about it, from what I can tell. Unless I just need to get out more. Who knows? Trying not to move too suddenly, because I know it can be disorientating for some. Have a look at the map again. Yeah, we're turning in when we shouldn't be, so turn it back out for a bit. There probably is, but I haven't downloaded it. I've thought about trying to download the Orbix stuff, but it's like, well, if I plan on getting the new Flight Simulator, is there really any point in cramming up a hard drive with all that stuff just to get rid of it and get a new Flight Simulator? So I might just leave it as it is for now and just see what the Microsoft Flight Simulator is like when it does come out, and take it from there, really. Because they are trying to say it'll be like an early this year, so March time. It's not too long to wait to find out. And that's for like the pre-release kind of things, and hopefully they'll do like an alpha testing where you can download it and try it out, which would be nice. Yeah, there was a new video out today. They were showcasing the snow, and it looked really good. It was like, that just looks like an aerial photo of the ground covered in snow, if you ask me, but there we are. Looks like that's the airport over there. Let's take a quick loosey gander. Yep, that's the one. Just lose some altitude now. Another cessna coming in behind, probably, by the looks of it. I have no idea where these markings go, so let's get the map zoomed in so we can let's see where we're gonna go. I'm sure the airport isn't this big. That looks bigger than what I remember. It's more like a shed in a field. I have no idea what my frames per second are, but I'm probably not that hot right now. A little bit of jerkiness there. Get it moving. Didn't want to go stop. Well, probably wise that we came back and stopped because fuel quantity has dropped from 10 down to 5, so probably wouldn't be able to do much more than that anyway. Map-wise though, where else have we got around here? Could look at doing North Wales. I'm not going to pronounce half of these myself. Where is it? Nice single track road in the middle of nowhere. That'll be the flipped in the front. Hey. Right, there we are. That's all I wanted to do today, was literally try that. And it worked, so I'm happy with that. Oh, look, I can turn head tracking off. Don't need to be looking around while I'm doing that. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you did, give it the old like, subscribe, follow for more. If you want, blah, blah, blah. You know the score. You've been there. You've done it 1,000 times probably already. Checking the time. Don't know whether I'll be coming back to do anything else. Might do a little bit of driving. Who knows? But I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.